Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds. 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan. Open. Chicago with the lead.
He gets Brian Russell with a quick crossover. Look at Brian Russell slips, and Michael pulls up and buries the shot to give him a 1-point lead.
That may have been. Who knows what will unfold in the next NBA.
Watch Jordan's left hand here as he gives Russell the push. The referee can't see that. Jordan frees himself up for a clean look. The greatest thing about Jordan is he has all.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I'm Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. Let's get into it. So, Michael Jordan talked about his mindset when he was going for the game-winning shot against the Utah Jazz to clinch the 6th title for the Bulls. Michael Jordan talked about his mindset. Okay. And Michael said he meticulously planned the jumper, and he knew that he would drive right because he was more comfortable going to his right. But Michael also said he was open to going to his left if that's what the defense gave him. Okay. So MJ had this to say. I was going right because I knew I could get a shot off anytime I needed to make a shot. I went to my right as long as the defense didn't make a mistake and open a lane to my left. When you go to your right, the defensive player has to come across your body to get the ball. That's what Michael said, okay? And MJ also said that he knew Brian Russell's tendencies as a defender. And so Michael knew exactly what he was going to do, okay? And what did Isaiah Thomas say after Jordan hit the shot? That's the thing about Jordan. He has all the tricks. That's why it's so difficult to guard him. Okay? So, believe it or not, this is not the first game winner that Michael Jordan hit against the Utah Jazz. Okay? He had one early in the 1991 season that he hit versus the Jazz. Okay? Here it is.
And Jimmy, we got what we had last year.
Right down to the wire. Paxson brings it up. Now, last year was the controversial travel call on John Paxson that gave it up to Utah late. 7 seconds. Grant out high. Wide left. Pippen. 3 seconds. Jordan force-up shot to left. Oh, yes! Win. Michael Jordan saves the day. The Bulls offense down in the mud the entire fourth quarter.
All right. That's a game winner that he had early in the 91 season versus the Jazz, okay? And he also hit a clutch jumper against the Utah Jazz the following year in Utah. It was a triple overtime game where Jordan came down and hit a clutch jumper to tie the game. So the Jazz come back down. Jeff Malone has the ball. The referees call a foul on Michael. Referees think he fouled Jeff Malone. And Phil Jackson's upset. Michael's upset. The Bulls team is upset. And Michael just goes off. Michael just goes off on Tommy Wood, who called the foul. Tommy Wood was one of the referees. Michael just went bananas and got kicked out. Okay. Needless to say, the Bulls lost the game in triple overtime. And Michael, not only did he get thrown out, he also got suspended for 1 game. And which was, they played Phoenix, and they lost that game. But my guess is Jordan probably really didn't care that he got suspended for 1 game. Maybe he did, being the hyper competitive athlete that he was. maybe he didn't care because it was so close to the All-Star heartbreak. After they lost in Phoenix, it was All-Star heartbreak. Okay, so I'm guessing he did not care because when he got suspended for one game, he did not appeal the suspension, and after that, he said, "I'll see you in Orlando in All-Star weekend." So I guess he didn't care. Okay. Anyway, though, back to the point. Michael also went on to say this. In Game 1 of the 1997 NBA Finals, I went left when I hit the game-winning shot because Brian Russell lunged to his left, causing him to be off balance. In 1998, I set myself up to go right again, starting on the left side of the floor. The one thing I didn't want to do was cross over because that would bring the ball back into play. All of this I knew, but as the shot unfolded, I went through these options. I went through these options in my head. Okay, yeah, I went through these options in my head. So he was already like playing out the scenario in his head. Okay. And it all goes back to what I said yesterday. A previous video I made when the Jazz were playing the Bulls in Chicago, and Michael went over to the practice facility to say hi to John and Carl, and then all of a sudden Russell comes up to him and says, "Why did you retire? You know I could have guarded you." And he looks at John and Carl and says, "John, Carl, what's up with him?" And they're like, "Oh man, don't mind him. He's a dumb rookie." Yeah. So those comments really didn't age well when Brian Russell made those comments. Needless to say, those comments did not age well for Brian Russell or the Utah Jazz, for that matter. They did not age well. Oh, man. No, they did not. Anyway, so MJ finally said he had no intention of passing the ball under any circumstances. I figure I stole the ball, and it was my opportunity to win him the game. I would have taken the shot with 5 people on me, okay? Or he could have passed the ball out to Steve Kerr, who was standing right there in the corner, okay? But nah, he probably would have passed the ball. I believe Michael when he said I never would have passed the ball, okay? So on the previous Jazz possession, Michael described the sequence. Michael said when the Jazz came down and Stockton got the ball into Malone, Michael was like, they're going to do all the necessarily bumping, pushing, shoving, or whatever. And then they throw the ball into Malone. Malone has the ball, okay? He holds it for like 1 or 2 seconds. And Michael is like, while he's fighting with Dennis, he basically forgets where the ball is, okay? And if you look at it, Malone's holding the ball for about 1 or 2 seconds, and that's all the time MJ needed, okay, to steal the ball, okay? So, and also if you look at that, when the Jazz came down the court, okay, when the Jazz came down the court, and they were going to throw the ball into Malone, the man that Michael was guarding, Jeff Hornacek, he cleared to the other side. Jeff Hornacek cleared to the other side, but Michael never cleared, okay? And there you go. The rest is history. So, Tim Hardaway, okay? Tim Hardaway had an excellent career. Golden State, Miami, Dallas, Denver, spent a little bit of time with the Indiana Pacers too. Okay, so he was traded to the Dallas Mavericks before the start of the 2002 season. Then he got traded to the Denver Nuggets midway through the 2002 season, okay? So they're playing the Orlando Magic in Orlando one game, okay? And he's having some words with Monty Williams, future NBA head coach Monty Williams, okay? Who was playing for the Orlando Magic at that time. So Hardaway has words with Monty Williams, okay? And then this is what Tim Hardaway does next. Check it out.
All I can bring: positivity, wisdom, professionalism, all those big words.
Now, after the basket, Hardaway and Monty Williams get into it. Hardaway, ejected, tries to go after the ref. What happened to positivity, professionalism, maturity, class as he leaves the court? What happened to respecting other people's property? And there goes the TV. Armstrong, he's got class. He'll plug it back in. But you ain't getting no more picture out of this one. Take a look. Now, so much for keeping his word on professionalism, but to be professional, we'll let you know. Hardaway and Armstrong autographed the monitor to be auctioned off for a charity after the game.
Friday night of the Magic win over Denver, Tim Hardaway, a bit upset, goes to the press table and fires a television set across the floor.
Now that is truly terrible.
And now Darrell Armstrong was able to walk over very calmly, plug it in, get it working, received a standing ovation.
Hey, it may be a new millennium, but remember, television is still a good thing. Really, it is. We'll keep you tuned in on This Week in the NBA.
This man Tim Hardaway was so upset, this man threw a television monitor. This dude was so upset at what had happened, he threw a television monitor. Boy. Tim Hardaway, and the best part about it is Darrell Armstrong came over and actually plugged it back in. The only problem about it is Tim Hardaway had damaged it, and it didn't work. Okay? So, yeah. That was not one of Tim Hardaway's best moments, okay? I guess you can say Tim Hardaway, he had a John Starks moment, okay? Because that sounds like something John Starks would do whenever he got into a rage, right? Right? Maybe not, but who knows? John Starks probably would have done that, okay? Anyway, that's it. That's all for Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am out of here. May God bless you all with many blessings. Peace.
Doubled. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds. 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan. Open. Chicago with the lead.
He gets Brian Russell with a quick crossover. Look at Brian Russell slips, and Michael pulls up and buries the shot to give him a 1-point lead.
That may have been. Who knows what will unfold in the next NBA?
Watch Jordan's left hand here as he gives Russell the push. The referee can't see that. Jordan frees himself up for a clean look. The greatest thing about Jordan is he has